President Trump has already issued dozens of executive orders. We've seen many of you commenting on how quickly these orders are being issued. Tonight, we want to give you some clarity and context about what the president can actually change and when. Our Katie Lusso is turning to the experts for some answers.
I think it was to be expected. I think Donald Trump had been very clear about what he planned to do on day one, and he delivered on those promises.
Dr. Niambi Carter is an associate professor in the School of Public Policy at the University of Maryland.
Even though executive orders happen really quickly, so they have the force of law when they're signed, there's still logistics. There's also going to be legal challenge. There are legal challenges right now to his executive orders around birthright citizenship, for example, with him declaring an emergency south at the southern border with Mexico. Putting those bodies in position will probably still take a bit of time.
Despite the significant power the president holds, Dr. Carter says there are also checks and balances in place.
The main check on presidential authority here is going to be Congress and is going to be the judicial system. So either you can have the Supreme Court, for example, say that some executive order is a violation of the Constitution and therefore cannot be implemented, or you can have Congress decide not to budget for that particular line item. The executive order can't kind of come to fruition because there is no money.
To those feeling overwhelmed or
Their
scared,
fear is justified. I mean, we can't tell people what to be concerned about. Organizations are already mobilizing to stop these executive orders. In the next 3 years, there are going to be a lot of priorities. I mean, there's still the rebuilding of California. There are lots of things that are going to be on this president's docket. So the executive orders are going to get a lot of attention. But in the next 3 months, after that first 100 days period, there will be something else for us to be paying attention to. So I don't want people to sort of run themselves into the ground.
Now, one other thing we talked about, how you at home can get involved. Think about the issues that matter most to you day to day. Things like making sure your community has proper snow removal, the education your kids are getting. These are things that are handled by our local government. So keep in mind, there are plenty of ways for you to have a voice, and it starts with those smaller local elections. Leslie, Lorenzo?
Katie.